because we are colleagues. It's a matter of the stations being different. But apart from that, we are colleagues, and I appreciate your support to the consultants and also to the farmers. One key thing you have to know is that the scheme is going to be handed over soon to you as Kasese District Local Government. The scheme is your own. If you don't handle it well, you lose it. If you handle it well, you benefit. And I will say this even with the farmers. So if you really don't handle it, it will be in a mess. And we want this scheme, the Mubuku 2, to be a model to Mubuku 1. Despite the fact that Mubuku 1 came in much earlier, Mubuku 2 should be a model scheme for farmers in Mubuku 1 to learn and somehow maybe change. Learn something and change towards the best. So we should take it seriously, the President and the government of Uganda. I have always said this and I will repeat saying it, that they got a loan on your behalf to make sure that that scheme is done. So if we don't utilize that scheme well and increase the production and productivity as the DPMO has said, we shall be the losers. We are paying the tax. I will tell you this, that we are all paying. Even me who doesn't come from Kasese, I'm paying this. Because the government got the loan on our behalf. So all of us are paying. But why should we pay when you people who are utilizing the scheme cannot benefit? That is that's what hurts me most. So let's utilize it. At least for you are paying when you're benefiting. Some of us we are paying for the loan while we are not benefiting directly. So make sure that you benefit from the scheme, utilize the scheme, and the district make sure that it's not as Mubuku 1. Because the reports have not been good. Our former PS, when he was in the steering committee meeting we had in 2020, for him he had promised to come and chase away all the Mubuku 1 farmers and reorganize it, which is really very hard, but that he was feeling disgusted. We don't have very good reports for Mubuku 1, and we don't want to have the same reports for Mubuku 2. Even now, we have, you know what we're going through under Mubuku 1. So we really want Mubuku 2 to be a model scheme for the Mubuku 1, so that the other farmers can also learn to be organized and then be in harmony, like I would expect Mubuku 2 would be. So the most important thing is working to making sure that we achieve the main objective. Because the main objective of this project was to increase the household income and the standards of living of the farmers in the areas where the schemes are constructed. We want to come and see a different Kasese. And the Kasese is still like, we were just chatting there that you have been one district that they have not partitioned a lot. It's still a big district. Be proud of it. Make sure that the standards of living for the farmers who are using the scheme, there is a difference. Somebody will say, I farm in Mubuku irrigation scheme, and somebody can see you by what you are. Because you're getting money, you have improved your lifestyle, the children are going to school, you have a nice home, you can afford going for treatment without any problem. So the main issue, the main aim was to improve your incomes, the standards of living of the farmers, and the household incomes. So let it come out clearly, and let it be achieved as we start. I took the information, and the information reached well. The time we had a meeting last month, and they were telling me they had sent a team to see exactly what can be done at the level somehow for these farmers to use the scheme. Have they done that?
Actually,
but they sent a team to assess. Did they come?
A team came from the Ministry of Water and Environment,
yes,
and they said they were ready to come with equipment, and then farmers make a contribution
to fuel. Yes.
And then leveling land.
Yes, and
so
that should be true.
They asked us also in Nyakatonzi to compile a list of those farmers who are willing to be part of the beneficiaries, that will be willing to contribute fuel. Then the machines come.
Yeah, but
I'm able to sanitize it to handle. I don't know how far you've gone.
just a minute, let me first finish. That is one contribution they can make.
Yes.
Because fuel is not as much as getting the machine. Because why did they do that? The noise was too much. Because they were saying you're handing over the scheme, we cannot use the scheme. But you as farmers, you should also show interest. We cannot just spoon feed you. If they have brought the machine, put in the fuel and they endeavor the scheme. And the season is starting already. But why do we wait for rain when we have the water? Anyway. So I would expect now to have gotten the list, and I don't think a list I would imagine all the farmers who are going to use the scheme should contribute to the fuel, and the scheme is all leveled. I don't know. That's why you can tell us maybe before we continue.
Okay. Thank you, Madam. Yeah, actually we shared with him and then give me that task, and what I did, we shared with Nyakatons. I think you should be having. I think you have moved a step. Yeah.
So is the Nyakatons representative?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what has happened? As the representative of the ministry, share with them the farmers, and they push on the procedure on how to make the lands being leveled. I will give them a list of all the farmers in the scheme.
For the Nyakatons, not for my land.
No.
But my land is not supposed to be leveled if it's not leveled anyway.
But it's not yet allocated. So
We are going to allocate soon. We have issues I've told you we are going to
That one you should level it.
I would imagine you in that list you have also requested that the other party be also leveled. Because if the water is coming on this side and it's not leveled, then you cannot access it.
now on that one, we shall excuse Nyakatons because for them they wouldn't belong for land.
Okay, but you gave the list.
Yeah.
So that is the message you sent me the other time and I delivered. So the fruits have come.
The fruits have come. Thank you very much.
So yeah, because it was really a concern.
Yes.
So if they can level, I would imagine that the scheme should be started should be used.
Yes.
Now you should just put more. Give a phone. Whom did you send the list?
She was the name for the
Okay.
But we shall follow
Please,
it up.
can you follow it up? Because you tell them you want to utilize the land.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, they promised that by the end of August,
Which
this coming August,
they will have finished.
they will have responded to us.
But August is very far. The reality now, for your information, the project closes in December, but activities will have closed by that time. So you should put pressure now.
The big hope we are having, already the materials to use, they already starting arranging.
Okay.
So that is fine.
The equipment.
So that will be not even August, I think soon.
Yes.
So that is good. I'm happy that that is being done. So you also show that you love what you have by supporting what they are doing. Give them the fuel, let them level, you start using the land. Our aim is, I want to come back to Kasese when every farmer is happy, and then they can say, hey, that lady used to come and help us get 2 kilos of rice, and I failed to carry the food. That's what I would want. But even if you don't give me the rice, I would be happy if I associate with people who are succeeding.
Yeah.
But if you fail, I would not want to associate with you. And nobody would want, even these people would be disappointed the time they have spent with you, 2.5 years, training, and at the end of the day you cannot grow rice the way they taught you, or you cannot get out the money that you expect to get. So with this, I would request you the district to support the farmers and my colleagues, the agriculturalists, to make sure that at least whenever you are called upon, I think you should put there somebody help the schemes, the extension worker.
Yes, that one we are okay because as an ID, another gentleman called the menu, who's also in the municipality, are responsible for the municipality agricultural activities where the scheme lies.
So that is, if you fail our farmers,
yes,
it will be upon you because now they are giving you the responsibility.
The other advantage that we have had is that we have now had the engineer in charge of water
The
production.
agriculture engineer.
That one reports directly to our department and is answerable to me. So we shall talk later.
Yes.
So the good thing is that we have now the manpower.
We have the manpower, I think.
Because the farmers should not, Maria and your colleagues should not worry that the WSS is going. Why I'm stressing is that as they go, whatever these people did, me and my colleagues, we can do. Me and when I say my colleagues, I mean the production department and the Camara inclusive. We can do exactly what they did. So don't worry that they are going, nobody is going to help you out. Whenever you have a challenge, just contact Nathaniel and his colleague and they will help you out. If be it diseases, be it fertilizer, be it anything, they will tell you. So don't worry that they are leaving, but they have set a pace for us. Yes, so they have taught us and we are starting from where. So because for us we are few, that's why we had to get them to help us do the work and do it a bit faster. So you tell your farmers that whenever they have issues, let them contact the district staff, Nathaniel and who? and Anthony Menu. Or they come and report to the district.
Yes, they come directly.
You can come and see
Come directly.
the head and they will help you out. You tell your farmers, others are not here, but tell even others.
We are going there.
All of them are going to be there.
Yeah.
There's also some of the things I may not talk.
I'll remind
I
you.
may forget. So
you remind
we appreciate you as the business and for this meeting, organizing it. We are grateful. I know your leader is not here, the team leader, but I was in touch with him, and the response was very good.
Okay.
And I appreciate my colleague Julius, the call I gave, and he made sure he arranged it for us, which is really very good. You know, when I come to Kasese, I'm home, and I feel really at home. So thank you so much. I can't say much for now, but those are the few things I wanted us to clear. In case there are few things that you feel that you want to talk about here for us, we can share. I think you'll give us some 5-10 minutes, and we see.
No, that's very fine. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks, Madam Imelda, for those wonderful remarks. I had to give her time because she's the client. And the good thing we have farmers amidst us. Part of the sustainability plan, what I've learned, there are groups in Mubuku who know what they want. Deliberately, I brought 4 ladies. Used to complain to the client, we have a contract, what is not in the farmers' fields. So they told us now, you start. So why I'm saying this, so that we understand the consultants was reading irrigated agronomy, we are supposed to find water flowing in everybody's garden. Ronald demonstrates with us tonight and the entire team. Then a farmer learns from this plot, you go and do it in your garden next within the scheme. So we got a challenge that water was not flowing, but we had to start. But we thank God that at the end of the scheme, some farmers were accessing some little water. I think it comes from book 1, I don't know. So that's where our intervention started from, because they had water throughout. So that's when we made the intervention for us. Because if that one is not understood, people will judge us differently. That I didn't see you there or here. But once we are still discussing water issue, after 2 years, it shows it impacted us, but I will show what we have achieved down at the scheme. Then the next enterprise, that photo was taken in Mubuku. And when we started, the contract was showing us we are supposed to stock the reserve and train farmers. But most of you have been there, the reserve is so big. So you come and train Kawi on a big reserve, how to do aquaculture management. The thing is almost like a small lake. Then too, the reservoir water is supposed to irrigate farmers' fields. What do you do when you are letting the water go? How do you control the fish so that it doesn't go to farmers' fields or something like that? So we devised the means of training farmers using ponds, which they can manage as a group or something like that. All those decisions came as a result of Mubuku situation analysis. We did the survey and moved to understand. Lastly, who owns the real land? We are doing the same work in Doko too. But Mubuku, we had the consultants called us AYESA. They formulated what we call farmer field schools. When the expert, Dr. Frank, analyzed the farmer field schools, they were not. Because they were plot owners. Because those two things were different. You on channel 3, plot 1, so they formulated farmer field schools based on who owns the land. You know their land dynamics in book, I will not go into detail. So now by the time we looked to train for Kawoya, Kawoya is not there, he's a businessman in Kasese. So the real person who's stealing that land became a challenge. But we thank God that we've got farmer field groups which were a bit active.
and then we modified them